Hey everybody, it's Jason from Hollow Body Experience. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I know I'm having a wonderful weekend because I finally have a weekend home. I've been procrastinating for a while on a few things outside, but I finally had a chance to do them. And one reward was a cool little garden I've got started, so I'm really proud of that. But what I'd like to talk to you guys about today is something that's resonated throughout the years, and that it's a question, and that question is, when do you think you'll make it in the music industry? And to me, that is a funny question because when I was younger, in my adolescence in school, always my dream was to play in a band, and I worked really hard at trying to find a band and to play with. And shortly after high school, I was really getting serious with the band, and I really felt like I made it. That's what I wanted. I wanted to play in a band, and so the day I walked into the room and I saw my bandmates, and you just felt the energy, and you knew that this band was gonna do something. It was awesome. I knew that I had made it, and I guess a lot of people, when they think about making it in the music industry, they think about what they see on TV and all the famous acts, obviously, and everything that's on the radio. But I think one thing that a lot of people forget about is that that's a small percentage of all the musicians out there. There's a ton of musicians, and if you think about it, in the music industry, it is completely relative with all industries. I mean, think about this, for example. Everything's kind of like a ratio, and we all seem to focus on the 1% a lot of times. Like we look at the abundance that something has, obviously rich people and stuff like that, and famous. But the thing is, if you look at any area, that's just 1%. It only represents 1%. And I guess a great way to disappoint yourself would to be to focus on that 1%, knowing that you belong to the 100%. You're a part of that 100%. You are 100% a musician. Are you that 1% that is super famous and got multiple Grammys and all that? Yada yada. I don't know. But think about it like this. You show me a profession, and I'll show you a millionaire. Everything is about ratios, and some things just happen to get magnified into that 1%. You can see a guy on the side of the road picking up cans, and then you can see a multi-million-dollar recycling center with advertisements. You can see an electrician, or you could see a power company. Not everything has to be the 1%. There are a bunch of electricians out there. Do they all have power companies? No. So when do they make it? If you think about it, well, they've made it. They're an electrician. You know what I mean? And just like the other guy, he made it. He's a recycler. And it's as simple as that. I guess one of the best things you could do is to try to avoid disappointment at all times. Lower the expectations a little bit. I guess another thing I wanted to kind of talk about, related to this, is I heard something not long ago that I thought really hit right on with this subject, and that is, it really doesn't matter what you do. It's more about how you feel about what you do. Because, you could make it, and you could be really famous, but if you're not happy, did you make it? I think our forefathers were pretty smart, when they gave us the pursuit of happiness. They didn't give us the pursuit of wealth, they gave us the pursuit of happiness. So making it is being happy. And for me, I was happy ever since I was 18, 19 years old, and I couldn't believe I'm in a band. Wow, this is awesome. It's something that I carry with me, because being a musician is to me is more of an identity than it is a profession. So I think if you could look at that with anything in life, we don't all have to envy the 1%. We could realize that we are the 99%, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being a part of the crowd? So I guess you make it when you decide to make it. That's what it's all about, you know. And I guess one more thing I would like to talk about making it is comparison, without a doubt. I think most people become unhappy with their present situation because they're constantly observing somebody else's life, somebody else's abundance. And we don't win races by looking at the person next to us. We look at the goal. Just focus on the goal. You are where you're supposed to be. And if you're not happy, maybe you're not where you're supposed to be. So if your whole goal is to make it to from point A to point B, that's just traveling. That's not happiness. You know, just enjoy the ride, you know. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And once again, thank you for listening to me ramble. If I was going to make any side notes, I'm about to work on mixing down a song for Daisy Train. I can't remember which song am I doing. Shame. The name of the song is Shame. And after that, hopefully I can rehearse and start recording a couple tracks for Hollow Body Experience. I've got some new songs for Hollow Body Experience about to wrap up. But once again, be a part of the crowd. Don't focus on the 1%. Be happy, and you have made it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week this week. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you again.